But you know what? We're going to go with it.
It's like I said yesterday, or whatever it was, Wednesday. Every stat tech book starts the same way. Here's all this stuff. Here's all this stuff. And the reason I have to have you jumping from chapters 1 to 2 to 3 is those authors decided to put those things in all different places. So I had to have you going from one to the other, and then I screwed up in a couple places. I apologize. I'll fix those when we upload them. It's not like that the rest of the time. The rest of the time, you basically stay in one little part of the book. It's just all stat textbooks. When I get enough time to write my own in 30 years, I'll fix that problem. And we won't have books anymore. Then you'll just take SD cards and shove them in your forehead. Something like that. Cool. Cool. All right. All right. Let's speak English first of all. Let's take a look at this. Whoa. There's a macro. Oh, there is. That's right. There is a macro. This is totally fine. There we go. I want you to take a look at this bad boy right here.
Yeah, good.
Can you dim one light?
Say that again.
Can you dim one light?
Oh, yes. Thank you, Madeline. I'll get used to that eventually.
That's funny. It says Walmart saves the average family how much per year. Does it take into account how much their stuff breaks?
That's a damn good question. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
In the long run, you'll probably pay a hell of a lot more money to Walmart than you would to find quality stuff.
Well, I wonder if that's anecdotal or if that's an average evidence. I don't know. That's a good point. I don't know the answer to. How about when I bought that camera, I put a 3-year warranty on it.
Smart.
Because somebody in here told me to do that. I think it was you. Yeah, you told me.
At Best Buy, I said.
I was at Best Buy and I'm like, I remember somebody told me to do this.
I have gotten 2 cameras for free, like
Because of
cameras
that.
that I've had for like almost the 3
Yes.
years, and then they break, and they are just like, this one's old. We'll just give you the same amount that you paid for it towards a new camera, and then
Yeah, and then you're basically paying
that's
$2
worth
for a
so
camera.
much more.
I'm with you, sister.
in 3
I'm with you.
years,
And I
yeah.
can remember it was you. I remember I was in there and I'm like, yes. And the battery, like if the battery won't charge one time, they'll give you a brand new battery. It's $100 battery.
Yeah.
The battery is $100.
And
That's
even
what's
if you
insane.
drop it, they'll still fix it. It's really awesome.
But I do what I'm told. I was told to get a 3-year warranty. Therefore I did. All right, what do you think? What do you think? This, just say the backstory on this. This was a commercial I saw back when I had time to watch television in 07. Since then, this and that one is I believe that's 06. Looks like it was posted in 07. This is 07 probably, well, I don't know. They're like sequential years. I forget what year this was. I'm not sure if it's listed on there. But you can see that they've used the ad a few times. One year it's 3,100, one year it's 2,800, one year it's 2,500. These are all Walmart ads. So, what do you think?
It's biased.
It's biased. Give me more. Please tell me that's Roxanne. Roxy, yes, go ahead.
Who's the average American?
Ooh, my favorite question of the day for this segment. Who is the average American? Define an average American.
Everybody?
Or an American family, for that matter. Define the average American family. What does that mean? By income level? Does it mean by income level? Then we're back to our discussion about the middle class income from before. Good.
Child age.
Does it assume, if you have children, how many are there and how old they are? How many people are in the family? A more general question. How many people are in the family? Where do these numbers come from? I don't know. I'm not even sure if that's what they're talking about. So why would they put this in their ad?
Sales tax.
Okay, good. Something else. We'll come back to that, actually. Believe it or not, we'll come back to that. And then, why would this be in a Walmart ad?
Because
Did anybody catch this part?
yes, no matter like if you shop at Whole Foods, that's going to be
You're going to save $3,100 shopping at Whole Foods.
versus
I
shopping
beg
at
to differ.
Kmart.
But I beg to differ, but only because they actually covered their butts by saying the average American family. I don't think the average American family shops at Whole Foods.
Right.
So they've covered themselves by that. And that's why, Tim, I said, I wonder if that's anecdotal evidence or if that's an average. Because I've often heard people try to counter a statement I've made in class. Like, you should put a red blinky light on the back of your helmet when you ride your bike early in the morning so cars see you. Well, every time I put one of those on, I get hit. Okay, you're the only one. But that's anecdotal evidence trying to trump an average that has been shown to work. Please,
On the
Sydney.
very small part of that, it says based on Walmart's impact on the economy.
Aha! You found it. Nice, sister. This is where they get the no matter where they shop. Read the fine print. I've got more fine print to look at. The idea of this ad is that Walmart doesn't just have low prices, but they're such a juggernaut with that low prices that they can move into a community and force competing businesses to bring their prices down. So even if you're not shopping at Walmart, the stores you are shopping at have lowered their prices to remain competitive, therefore you're getting the savings passed on by them. The mathematics, and not statistics, well I guess it is some statistics, but mathematics of their cost savings are absurdly beautiful mathematically. I mean, to how they pack their trucks. They've got it down to how every square foot of those trucks is planned for. We can't put TVs in there with the microwaves. No, we gotta fill that space with like bread things. I mean, it's incredible when you look at how they actually pack their trucks and plan their routes. They save money, and because they're so big, every one of those trucks, which in and of itself isn't that big of a money savings, but when you multiply it out by how many trucks in the fleet, how many gallons of diesel saved, staggering, staggering. So, I like what Cindy noticed there. So I went ahead, you may have noticed right here, maybe you didn't because it's kind of funny, Global Insight, the price impact of Walmart. That's the only closest thing I got to a source. So I went ahead and found that. And here's a little bit of text from it. Read a little bit of that. Just a smidge. Some of it you guys already said.
Urban consumers.
Urban consumers, yes, and you'll see that in a minute, Madeline, with the graphic they include in their. Now realize what Madeline noticed, that it's urban consumers. There's no mention of the word urban in those ads. Walmart saves the average American family. So what the ad is targeting is we're making the assumption that the average American family is urban. Now, that may or may not be true depending on how you define urban, right? I mean, I still think of Bend as a cute little town because I'm from near Philadelphia, which is not a cute little town. It's not cute nor is it little. So Bend is tiny to me. Does Bend qualify as urban? I think by definition it does. I think it's got a population of over 100,000 by the urban growth UGB, so I think it does qualify as urban. But little tiny towns like Brothers don't. But they might be in that network of the UGB of Bend by definition of urban. I don't know. I'm throwing this out there. I don't know. But I'm sure some towns are getting lost. But then again, is it okay to lose those towns? Because chances are those little tiny towns don't have any retail anyway. They have to go very far to get to their retail centers. I'm throwing that out there. I'm also very interested in this bold italicized section down here. Did you catch that? Durable goods, non-durable goods, and services. The stuff up here is great, but that's what we just talked about, how they're so big that they can save money in amazing ways when extrapolated out. If Walmart has an impact on consumer prices, it would be on the first two categories, durable goods and non-durable goods. I think durable goods are like clothes, things you use more than once.
Or like a clock radio.
Things you use, right, so basically things you use more than once, something you don't throw away after using. Or a non-durable goods would be like maybe a paper towel, something along those lines. Food, exactly, something you use and then you get rid of. So notice that durable goods and non-durable goods adds up to 40%, and the other 60% is stuff out of their control. That was the first alarm for me.
Yeah.
Walmart might be getting credit for something they're not even controlling.
Right.
So then I dug a little bit deeper.
What's an imputed rent?
I don't know. I just call it a rent.
Yeah, because it said rent and imputed rents, which...
I don't know. I mean, I just call them all rents because I understand what rent is. Something else they can't control because that goes to the economic structure of the rental industry. This is why it was urban. Here are the towns they actually studied in their study, and they've got. What's interesting about this is consumer price inflation. They've linked CPI to cost savings, which I guess makes sense. Consumer price index to cost savings in measure of inflation. But check it out. When you look at it, contributions from services, contributions from commodities. Commodities is what they sell. Services is what they and all of us have to use. Look at all those savings. What predominant color are those bars? And I don't want to get into a fist fight about whether it's a histogram or a bar graph. I don't even care about that. All I care about is look at those bars for each of those cities. What is most bar? Gray or white?
Gray.
Gray, and gray is services, and gray is outside of their control. outside of their control. Rents, electrical costs, heating costs, outside of their control. Okay, let's go further. This was a graphic included with San Diego, which is the little suburb of San Diego that you might know very well from California. Look, what are they trying to show you with this? What are they trying to show you with this? See if you can see this.
The Walmart square footage is going down.
And what does the CPI do? CPI, read this. For those of you business challenged like me, and I am as bad as business and economics challenge as it is, CPI going down means inflation's going down, means we're saving money.
Yeah.
So we're saving money, we're not saving money. So as Walmart square footage drops, this is going up.
Yes.
Conversely, the more Walmart square footage we have, the more money we're saving. That's the implication of this, if you believe it. So they are implying with this graph that the more square footage we have in these urban areas, the lower the CPI, the more cost savings.
The better it is for the people.
The better it is for the people from a cost saving standpoint. But then right under this graphic, which is complete crap, just so you know, look what it says. %89 of all that good, there's variation. These points don't lie exactly on the line. Almost 90% of the variation in the CPI can be accounted for by unemployment rate, high wage industry employment share growth, and electricity price growth. I don't know exactly what the definitions of those three things are, but I can guarantee you will not find them in aisle 16 at Walmart, right? Or 12, or 1, or 32, whatever else aisles they have. So in other words, these price savings are happening in correlation with Walmart's buildings. Remember we talked about this first day of class, correlation, causation. They're happening correlating with it, but is one causing the other? Sure doesn't look that way, does it? But that doesn't stop them. That doesn't stop them from that. Now does it? This is where statistics gets a bad rap. This is where statistics gets a bad rap. Because that number, I never even got to the number in the report. I was so disgusted by the rest of it. Never even got to the number 3,100 or whatever the hell it is, 2,500 or 2,700, whatever it is. I never got to it. Don't care. Don't care. It's a meaningless figure anyway. It's a meaningless figure anyway. But the fact that this company is knowingly implying that, based off of that, is, I shouldn't say that. Maybe they're not. Maybe they actually think they are doing that savings dance, and it might be. I shouldn't say that they're knowingly doing it, because I have no proof of that. But the fact that it's out there, that's an example of fact checking, just so you know. So if you guys ever look at that Stat of the Day blog that I post to, I haven't posted recently. I posted on Friday. I try to do it a couple times a week. That's the kind of stuff I want you to do. Go find the sources, find that fine print, go look and see what it tells you. Yeah. Okay, I need 10 volunteers. I need 10 volunteers. Come on up here, friends. I want to get into this word average. I want to get into this word. Come on up. Okay, go ahead and line up. Let's start and stop the